Hello everyone, this is episode 17 and today we are going to keep working on pronunciation in use. Last time we discussed and finished the introduction to symbols and we have tackled the consonant sounds, and before we studied the vowel sounds, and today we're going to start with unit 3 that is going to begin with some consonant sounds to compare between them in order to let us know the difference between each sound and the other. So let's get started. Unit 3 will be dealing with the two consonant sounds, the b and the p. As you can see from the title, it is back and pack. And from last time, as far as you remember, we discussed the difference, the main difference between some consonant sounds like the b and the p, and we knew that there is a main difference between the b and the p, which lies in the idea of voicing. Okay, and also the strength of the consonant itself. We knew that the voiceless consonants like p are more powerful than the the voiced consonants like the b sound. And we discussed the reason behind this, because the amount of air in case we pronounce the voiceless consonants is still the same, because the amount of air did not move the vocal cords or vibrate the vocal cords. So this amount of air is still sufficient to move such piece of paper. When we say pa, here the voiceless consonant, the powerful voiceless consonant has a bounty in the amount of air that is sufficient to move this piece of paper. However, in case we pronounce the voiced b consonant, to pronounce this consonant or to produce it, we have to move the vocal cords or to make like a vibration in the vocal cords. So a part or some of the amount of air that we inhaled in our breath was already used here to move or to vibrate the vocal cords. So the rest of the air is not sufficient to move this piece of paper, as we discussed last time. So we say ba, ba, here there is vibration, and here there is no vibration, and vice versa. In case we pronounce the p, there is no vibration here, but all the vibration, all the movement occurs here in the piece of paper. Okay, so this is the main difference between the two sounds, the b and the p sounds, and the rest of features like the manner of articulation, or in other words, the way of controlling the air, like stopping the air behind the two lips, is already in the two sounds. So they have the same way of pronunciation, which is stopping the air. This is step number 1, and then releasing the air later on. And also they have another thing in common, which lies in the place of articulation. Both of them can be called bilabial consonants because they come out of the two lips. Okay, so please look at the diagram. I will zoom in so that everything can be clear. As you can see here in the diagram, we have two steps of pronouncing the first sound, or in other words, the two sounds, the b and the p sounds. Both of them make the same movement in the mouth, The first step here is, as you can see, the lips are closed, and the two lips are actually closed in order to trap the air. So when the lips are closed, here the air is stopped or trapped behind the two lips. And then in the next step, we suddenly open the two lips, and in this case, here the air is released. It comes out of the mouth, and there is like an explosion. Okay, you can hear like a noise or an explosion when the air is released suddenly out of the closed lips. Okay, tightly closed lips. So to pronounce the b and the p, you can hear like a noise or like a sound of explosion. P. Can you feel the explosion here? P, b, p, b. Both of them have like a sound like this, like a bang. Okay, when you hit something, when you bang something with your hand, you make like a noise. Okay, this happens here in these two sounds because they are plosives, or because we can call them stops consonants. So the mouth is in the same position for both sounds. However, in the sound ba, there is voice. This is the main difference. There is a voice here in the throat or in the vocal cords before you release the air. You already have here the vibration, and you can feel it with your hand like this before you release the air. So here the vibration happens first before you release the air later on. Okay. However, in case you pronounce the p sound, there is no vibration here. If you say something like this, in the first stage or in the first step, you put your hand on your throat and do like this, you don't feel here any vibration in your throat. And then the air is released suddenly, so you can feel like an explosion, a small explosion of air when the lips open. Now for the next section, we need to pronounce the target sound, which is the b sound first, and then we will make like a comparison between this sound and other sounds. Okay, we will make like a comparison between this sound and other sounds that can be found in similar words. Okay, let's consider the first pair of words, b, b. Okay, this is the sound on its own first. Best, best. Okay, this is the first word here that you can see in bold. And then let's consider the word on its left or its right, vest. Here, the author of this book is comparing actually between the sound b and the sound v, which sound in many languages the same or similar sounds. Some speakers of languages, for example, like the Turkish, I think, or the Indian language, I'm not sure, can mix or confuse between these two sounds. So the word vest in some languages can sound like the word best. Okay, so some non-natives or some learners of English have the same problems that we as Arab people can suffer from while they're learning English. Not only Arabs, but also some other speakers of other languages can have different problems according to their mother language or their mother tongue. Okay. For example, the French people, for example, do not have the sound sa, like uh, thirsty, thirsty. So actually, when they pronounce the th sound, the closest one to their language is either s or excuse me, either s or ta, which are already in their language. So they cannot pronounce thirsty correctly. They can either say it like thirsty or thirsty. Okay, so not only us that who have this problem, but also any non-native speaker of English can have problems. Okay, you can find, for example, Korean people, Chinese people, Turkish, Russian, Spanish, and other speakers of other languages can have different problems in pronouncing some English sounds. Now, here in this box, we are targeting the ba sound, and here we can differentiate between the ba in best and va in vest. You can go to page 141. You will find this section, D3. Actually, this section can help many speakers of other languages who are learners of English. This is like a guide for speakers of specific languages. As you can see here, it is made for Arabic people. Okay, this is for Arabic people from section A, letters and sounds, units from 1 and 20, or from unit 1 to 20. Here, these units are designed for Arabic people or people who speak Arabic, and other sections or other units in this book will be designed for the Chinese people and others for other languages. So as you can see that Cambridge series are used by different nationalities. So they are designed to help many languages. Okay, so this will make us feel like a bit comfortable when we know or to know that not only us as Arabs have problems in pronouncing English sounds, but many others can have the same problem. Back to our lesson. Okay, here we want to target the ba sound, and we will firstly pronounce some words that focus only on this sound and other sounds to make like a comparison between them. And then in the next section, we're going to focus only on the words that contain the target sound. Okay, so in the second row, we have cubs, cubs. Okay, and the word cups, cups. So cubs with b sound and cups with p sound. Okay, and I want here to let you know something very important, which is the vowels before the consonants that are voiced are a bit longer. So here the a sound in the word cubs, which comes before the voiced b sound, is a bit longer than the same vowel a, which is in cups before the p, the voiceless p sound. So the a here in cubs sounds cubs, like this, cubs. It is a bit more relaxed, but in the second word, cups, it is like when you cut it very short, when you say it very quickly, when you make it like shorter because it is followed by a voiceless consonant. Okay, this is very important to know. Okay, now let's move on to the third word, the word cupboard. It's not cupboard, it is cupboard. So the P here is silent. And the OA is not pronounced like O, it is id, cupboard. And as you know that the R is silent here, so we say cupboard, cupboard, cupboard. Here we want to compare this word with the next one, covered, cupboard, covered, cupboard, covered. So the only difference between the two words lies here in the b and the v sound. Now, after we have finished some words that contain the target sound, now let's put this sound in a phrase or a full sentence to, like a tongue twister, to do like further practice on this sound. Here we have Bernie brought a big breakfast back to bed. Bernie brought a big breakfast back to bed. Okay, this is the sentence. Now let's focus on the sound b only, some words that contain the b sound. Okay, now let's listen, and of course, while you're studying this unit, you will use the CD. Please use the CD and play it many times and try to repeat after the CD. Now we have the word buy, and the second one, bird, and now we have the word bread, bread. So in the first row, I want you please to focus on the spelling of this sound. The bold letter here is B. Okay, in buy, bird, bread. Okay, we have just one B. So this is one of the ways of spelling for this sound. The second way is when we have two B letters or double B, like the word rubber. This is another way of spelling the b sound. Of course, you know that we don't have like a shadda in English. We don't say rabba. It is rubber, rubber. Okay. Now, the next one is about, about. When it comes in the middle. So in the first three examples, we have b sound in the initial position or at the beginning of the word. And now we have it in the middle in rubber, about, and able. And here for the last row, we have the b sound, but this time at the final position, like the word job, job, web, web, and globe, globe. Now we finished the sound b. Now let's move on to the sound p, p, the voiceless sound. Of course, you know that we have the same movement that we make in the sound b, but now we don't have any vibration in the vocal cords. Now listen to the sound p on its own first. P, p. Okay. P, p. As you can see, it can move the piece of paper. Now let's put this sound in some words to compare between this sound and other sounds. Pull, pull, full, full. So here the comparison is between the p and the f, the plosive p and the fricative f sound. Now the second one, cups, cups, cubs, cubs. Here in these two words we have cups. The r sound or the vowel sound is a bit shorter before the voiceless consonant p. And in the second word, cubs, here we have the vowel a bit longer before the voiced consonant. Another thing that I need you to know is that the s after the p, which is voiceless, is still voiceless. So we say cups. Here, the pronunciation of the s is So here the S has to be voiceless in order to agree with the voiceless preceding consonant. But in case we have a voiced consonant like cubs, here the S turns to be voiced consonant, so it turns to be the Z consonant sound in order to agree with the preceding vowel sound. Okay, this is very important and we're going to discuss it again later, so bear it in your mind. And last we have the word copy, copy, and the word coffee, coffee. So once again, a comparison between the p in copy and the fricative f in coffee. Now, after we finished the words that compare between the consonant pa and other consonants, let's move to the sentence or the phrase that contains the pa only. We have the phrase or the sentence. I think it's a sentence, not a phrase. Yes, that contains the pa sound as a tongue twister. Pat, put purple paint in the pool. Pat put purple paint in the pool. Pat put purple paint in the pool. Okay? I want you please to do further practice on this sound and do such tongue twisters so that you can be familiar with it. Now let's listen and repeat these examples of the target sound pa only without any comparison. The first one, in the initial position or at the beginning of the word, park, park, please, please, and price, price. Okay, so here the spelling is just one P and it comes sometimes at the beginning of the word. Now the second row, when it comes in the middle of the word, like open, open, apple, apple, and here the spelling is double P. So another way of spelling the P sound is double P, which we cannot pronounce as apple. We don't have like a shadda in English. So we say it like just one P. And spring, 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 okay? So here we have like a consonant cluster, s and pa. So we have to pronounce them without any intrusive vowel sounds in the middle. So not before them, neither before them nor between them. So we don't say is spring, okay, nor or spring. We don't intrude any vowels in the middle, okay, before or in the middle of the consonant cluster. And we're going to discuss it later after we finish the sounds or after we finish unit 20, we are going to discuss this point. And here we have the last row. When the p sound comes at the final position of the word, we have the word tape, tape, okay? We have also help, help, and the word jump, jump, okay? Now the section of spelling, again, here frequently the b sound is just one B or double B, one B like job, but double B in rubber. But you have to bear in mind that B is sometimes silent, especially when it comes at the end of the word after the M letter, like the words climb, comb, and thumb, okay? As for the sound pa, the spelling is frequently only one P or double P, one P like open, double P like apple, but it is sometimes pronounced differently, like when it comes with the H letter in phone, elephant, pharmacy, So the digraph P plus H is pronounced as fa sound, okay? And also the pa sound is sometimes silent, especially when it comes at the beginning, before the S letter, like the words psychology and psychological and so on. This is everything for the two consonant sounds B and P, or ba and pa. And I hope that you have understood everything related to these two consonant sounds. And if you have any questions regarding these two consonants or regarding any sounds that we've discussed so far, please don't hesitate to send me messages on Facebook group and Telegram group and anywhere else that you can contact me. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you do further practice on the consonants and the vowels that we discussed together. Thank you, and see you in the next video. Bye-bye.